Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Goodfella Sports TV. Kind of had to redo this video because I got more information and also forgot to put something at the end of the video. So let's get into it. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Let's talk some boxing. I have an update on Mikey Garcia and Manny Pacquiao, so I'll talk about that. It's kind of all going to mix together. So there's been some rumors about Ugas ducking Terence Crawford, okay? So let's address those rumors real quick. Ugas actually is maybe going for the regular WBA title. That is true. What happened was Alexander Putin, after the pandemic is kind of coming to an end and maybe starting back up, his B sample came back and it came back positive, so he will be stripped if he hasn't been stripped of the WBA title right now. All right. Now, what happened was Ugas was ordered to fight Bruce Putin for the regular WBA title. He accepted on Twitter, but then Al Heyman told him not to accept the fight, and he chose to fight Mike. He had Mike Dallas Jr. To fight. So I'm reading the text. So he had Mike Dallas Jr. to fought on FS1. Had he went for Bruce Putin, then he wouldn't have fought this year yet, because Bruce Putin ended up failing the test, and then they would have found another opponent for him. It didn't really work out that well, right? But he ducked Bruce Putin regardless, all right? I didn't want that fight for him. So some people believe that watch Bruce Putin fight, and more pro top-ranked people thought that Bruce Putin would beat him. I haven't seen a lot of Bruce Putin. I've just seen a smidget of him, so I can't give you an honest synopsis of that situation. But he did duck fighting Bruce Putin, where Al Heyman could have probably easily run that purse bid knowing that how cheap Top Rank is. So then we move on. Now, he's been negotiating with Terence Crawford. Bob has been trying to get that fight for Crawford. And what happened was Kell Brook has been pricing himself out, and Kell Brook is doing what he do. You know, he was supposed to fight Jaime Munguia. WBO put him number one. He went the negotiations. He pulled out. You know how they keep certain things secretive for certain fighters. Kell Brook bitched out. Long story short, Jaime moved up. So Kell Brook is known for pulling out. Devin Alexander, Sean Porter. Like, he pulled out combined with those fights like 20,000 times. So obviously, you know, Kell Brook don't want to fight. I think Eddie Hearn wants to keep an in-house fight between Liam Smith and Kell Brook anyway, where he keep all the money in his motherfucking pockets. So Kell Brook don't want to fight. He ducking after talking all that shit. And now Ugas possibly might go for the regular WBA title. So basically, I don't know what type of money he's asking from Bob Arum, but we do know Fortuna is pricing itself out with some of the DAZN fighters. We do know when Al Heyman sent people across the street or to a different street that he asked for high numbers, astronomically high numbers. I mean, Charlo got offered 15 to fight Canelo. That's what Danny got. He wanted 20. Eddie offered him 7, then 10 million to fight Demetrius Andrade. He said it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Andy Ruiz got, what, $5 or $6, $7 million to fight AJ the first time. The second time, he got like 13 million with some TV money on the back end. Because Al Heyman played hardball. So Al Heyman gets his fighters top money. Even though he asked for money that he never paid them fighters before. He never paid Andy Ruiz $5 or $13 million. You know what I'm saying? He asking for Bob Arum to pay Ugas probably something that I don't know the numbers, that he never made. Ugas made $300,000 in the title shot versus Sean Porter. Sean Porter made $1.2 million. So, you know, at the end of the day, let's say Sean Porter did negotiate with Crawford, which he not, and him and Kenny don't want that fight. Just keeping it 100. You know, how can Sean Porter go over there and ask for $3 or $4 million when him and Errol Spence only made 2.5 on pay-per-view, guaranteed, and it didn't do that good. So how can you go over there and ask somebody for $3 or $4 million guaranteed, something that you never made before on your side of the street, and quote unquote with a bigger fighter than Errol Spence? So Ugas made $300,000 fighting Sean Porter. He probably made $200,000 or $100,000. Let's say it'd be nice and made $300,000 versus Mike Dallas Jr. So how you gonna go fight Crawford and ask him for $2, $3 million? Like, dude, that's like way more than you ever made in your career. You know what I'm saying? It's like 10 times more you made for $3 million. But that's just how they think, and then they turn around and say, oh, you know, they was being cheaper. They didn't want to pay me this, that, and the third. You do understand there is no crowd. You have never probably touched $1 million at one time. So I can go somewhere and ask for it, and at the end of the day, you're not even a name. We can't even put that on pay-per-view. They can stretch it and put Kell Brook on pay-per-view, which is still a stretch. Can't put Ugas on pay-per-view. So At the end of the day, it sounds like Ugas may go the regular WBA route. And it's just the time we living in, bro. You know, people that's going to be pro PBC and be biased going to try to say, yeah. But after you sit here and say, oh, he need to fight Ugas. Why he fight Ugas now? Somebody that can cross the street and fight for a real title, even if it's 100,000 difference in cash between the fights. And you get 100,000 fight for WBA, it's still, you got a real title. That WBO title puts you in position to be on pay-per-view versus Errol Spence. It puts you in position, maybe Manny Pacquiao. It puts you in position, maybe Sean Porter want to fight you again, and you get that back. That WBO is gonna be, if you beat Crawford, it's gonna be what it's gonna 10 times that $100,000, probably 1 billion times it. I'm just joking, but that's gonna put you in a position to make that money over 20 times again. The regular WBA title, what that's gonna put you in position for? It's not a real title. We don't count it. You know, Virgil Ortiz also the gold champion, whatever the hell that means, but they don't count. Your regular WBA, they don't make you a real world champion. You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't make you a real world champion. Just saying. So this is the rumors that's going around. So so he may go the I'm still reading. You know, he may go the regular WBA route. You know what I'm saying? But right now he pondering it. But the feeling is, and like I said, the feeling is, hold on. The feeling is that he may go to regular WBA route. He may go to regular WBA route. Now, one of the rumors out there is, and I'm just saying rumors, you know, it could change. I'm reading as it comes. One of the rumors is that Pacquiao and Mikey could fight on PBC Fox or PBC Showtime. That Mikey want to do it on PBC. So I don't know if that's an indictment on the DAZN not having enough money. At one point last September, when Fury fought Otto Wallin, it was suspected that Mikey was going to announce a short-term deal with Top Rank. That didn't happen. But also it talks about Top Rank was trying to put the Pacquiao-Mikey fight on the DAZN and PBC. Now the DAZN is having financial troubles. They may not be able to accommodate the purses. So it seems like Mikey Garcia wants to actually put the fight on, on PBC right now. But right now they're saying that Mikey Garcia may not wait for Manny Pacquiao, right? So with him not waiting on Manny Pacquiao, he got another option. We'll get to that in a minute. But, you know, they talking about putting it on pay-per-view, and I don't know how many people are going to be interested in that pay-per-view. Pacquiao is an executioner. I think Mikey had a good account of himself showing that, you know, with a second round at welterweight, he showed a lot of real power. He really busted up Jesse Vargas. So people can believe that he got the punching power to actually knock Pacquiao out. And I think he does carry that power. He's also sparred Manny Pacquiao early in his career. And he's an accurate puncher. But the problem is, if it goes the distance, Pacquiao definitely going to win unless Mikey can knock him down a few times. Because Pacquiao is going to be more active. He's going to move his hands. Mikey don't move his hand that much. Mikey punched the land. And Mikey, the way Mikey punched, he was able to fight like that. Or the way he was able to fight like that down there at 126 and 30 pounds. And even 35 because he packed one big punch. Now, he packs a big punch up here, but it's not as big as it was down there. You know, his one-punch power was stretching caps. You know, with Pacquiao, you know, he seemed to be durable. He took some good shots from Keith Thurman. He going to need to be a little bit more, he going to need a little bit more quantity in punches. He going to need to throw more in bunches and be more active, but that's why he didn't mesh well with Errol Spence. Errol Spence just outworked him. He was looking for the perfect shot, and versus Errol Spence, with all that arm length, it wasn't there. Errol Spence boxed well. He sticked and moved well. It just that it was a bad matchup. And maybe with Manny taking more chances than Earl did, maybe have an opportunity to land that shot. But Manny's been fighting safety first ever since Marquez put him to sleep. So, like I said before, that's another interesting dynamic that Mikey's still waiting on Manny Pacquiao decision. I don't know if Danny is still in the race. Had they signed a contract? I know him and Earl are supposed to be announcing they fight in July. But Earl can't start sparring until September or something, he said, because he got to get a third post put in his mouth. So I don't know if Danny's still in the running for Manny. I don't know if Golovkin really still in the run for Manny. I don't know if Mikey's still in the run for Manny. So you really don't know what the three is gonna happen. But if he don't fight Manny or he get tired of waiting around for Manny Pacquiao, that's what happened with PBC. Mikey got tired of waiting around for He got tired of waiting around for Mikey got tired of waiting around for a tune-up fight that he liked. So he went over to DAZN and signed a 1 and 1 option. So whatever Mikey do, Eddie Hearn and DAZN got the option to match it. But the feeling is they don't have the money to match a Pacquiao pay-per-view on PBC. So they still waiting on for Pacquiao to do, but they saying that Mikey will not be waiting around for Manny Pacquiao. So with that being said, it's a growing belief that he may fight Yordenis Ugas. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is on that part. So, you know, Mikey could take a fight with, let me fix my camera, with Yordenis Ugas for the regular WA title. Nothing is set in stone yet, but that is something that they're discussing. So it really boils down what Ugas want to do. All right. If Ugas wants to fight Crawford, then, you know, they'll finish hashing out the deal. I know Bob was trying to get Ugas to come down on his offer a little bit, but they really was trying to get Kell Brook not because Kell Brook an easier opponent, because they can sell Kell Brook on pay-per-view in their minds, which they can't. And they can't sell Ugas on pay-per-view. So I don't know exactly the numbers what Ugas is asking for. Bob was trying to get him to come down a little bit, but Ugas pretty much had the leverage because Kell Brook wasn't obliging. And Eddie Hearn really wanted to make the Liam Smith fight with Kell Brook. So with Ugas, you know, he got a lot of power. He got a lot of leverage. It's funny, when non-title holders got options and champions don't have options, I just thought I'd never seen a day in boxing 15, 20 years ago. But Crawford got options. But Ugas could fight Manny Pacquiao. Mikey Garcia for the regular WA title. I mean, that's a tough fight. But I heard that Mikey is not going to continue to wait on Pacquiao longer. So if Mikey don't fight Pacquiao, I'm not sure who Pacquiao going to fight, to be honest. Unless he able to sway Danny Garcia away, and then, in Jesus Christ's name, Earl Spencer fight Maurice Lee. I'm just joking, man. But yeah, I mean, that'd be interesting to see what happens. But Mikey and Ugas, that's a fight. I think Mikey will win just because he's the favorite. You know, they'll probably find a way to give Mikey a belt, and they'll probably fuck Yordenis Ugas once again like they did versus Sean Porter. And I think they robbed him when he was on top rank in one of the fights versus one of the prospects that they had. I can't remember the dude's name. But yeah, Mikey and Ugas could be, you know, in the works. Could happen. Mikey would be able to call himself, 26, 30, 35, 40, a 5-division world champion. To me, he's not a 5-division world champion. I don't count the regular WA belt as a championship belt. They can try all they can. I don't count it. I don't count the franchise champion. I don't count the gold champion. I don't count the diamond, the silver, the platinum, the rose gold champion. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't really count that shit, man. But, you know, Ugas and Mikey, that'd be an interesting fight. I think Mikey carry a lot more power. That'd be kind of a fucking tactical fight. You know what I'm saying? Real tactical, because Mikey don't throw a lot of punches. Ugas don't throw a lot of punches. So, you know, I would just favor Mikey because he carried a bigger punch. That's the only reason why. And Ugas don't move his hands, and obviously Cubans get the shit end of the stick in Dominicans when it come to these fights. So, I mean, Crawford, you know, people ask what will Crawford do. You know, it look like Pacquiao Garcia would be his only option, you know, or, you know, they have to find another mandatory for him to fight. But, you know, he might move up and fight Pacquiao Garcia. And with him moving up fighting Pacquiao Garcia just called him out. We talked about that the other day. We went live. And Teixeira is 5'11 and a half, 76-inch arms. Crawford got 74-inch arms. Crawford about 5'8. It'd be a tough fight. You know what I'm saying? The plan was for Crawford to fight Adames, but Adames lost to Pacquiao Garcia. And people still going to try to discredit Crawford. Oh, he ain't the best 54-pounder. Who the best 54-pounder? You can't tell me. Charlo ain't beat nobody. Charlo struggled with John Jackson. Charlo, you know, he beat Erickson Lubin, but who did Erickson Lubin ever beat? Come on. You know, he had struggled with Vinas Monterosian. Some people think he struggled with Rosado. I think he beat Rosado. He had a tough fight with Demetrius Hopkins back in the day. Charlo ain't just never went out there and beat nobody like he was supposed to. He lost to Tony Harrison, and he was losing to Tony Harrison, in my opinion, in the second fight. And let y'all tell it, before the first fight, Tony Harrison was a bum. And then he cheated versus Tony Harrison. Let's not forget, he used an unauthorized water bottle, and they covered that up. So that's when the Wilder fanboys get to crying and shit. And I fuck with Wilder. I ain't trying to hear that. Antonio Margarito didn't get in trouble. They gave Charlo a pass. So once you cheat in boxing, unless it's a ped test, you know, you still can go fight anywhere else that you fail a ped test. So once you cheat in boxing, there's just nothing they gonna do about it without an international federal sanctioning, you know, governing body. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, really, it's unclear who the best 154-pounder in the world is. You know, Rosario. You know, people thought Hurd was for a minute. Rosario, I think did he get knocked out by Nathaniel Gallimore or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? He kind of struggled with Jamonte Clark a little bit. I think he won, but he supposed to beat him by a country mile. He had a split decision with Jorge Cota. Like I said, Jamel Charlo was getting beat down by John Jackson until John Jackson just stopped punching. You know, he struggled with Tony Harrison 2 times. Willie Nelson knocked out Tony Harrison, even though he was getting beat up too. You know, so, Jerry Hurd kind of went down. J-Rock got stopped again. Lar ain't what he used to be. Trout, he older. So, really who the dominant, guy at 154 is not one. Even Austin Trout was giving Charlo some good work. And the only reason Charlo ended up running away with the fights because he kept hitting him with rabbit shots. So at the end of the day, if Crawford go up and become a 4-division world champion, title holder, you can't take that away from him. Because Earl Spence went down a division and became one. Keith Thurman went down a division and became one. Earl Spence fought as high as 160. Sean Porter's came down multiple divisions and has still not conquered a title in 2 different weights. The only person that come close is Danny Garcia. Ugas didn't get a title in multiple weight classes. Figueroa hasn't got titles in multiple weight classes. Only person you're looking at is Adrian Broner. Down there, there ain't too many of them. So this dude down there, he'll have if he beat the share, which is a tough test. I'm not sure if he can. He have 4 titles in 4 different weight classes. Come on, man. And people still trying to discredit. If it's that easy, why Earl Spence ain't come up and do it? Why Keith ain't did it? Why Sean ain't did it? Why Figueroa ain't did it? You know what I'm saying? You say what you want to say about Broner, but he got what in 30, 35, 40, and 47. Well, 47 and 40. If it's so easy, why everybody else ain't moving up and down and moving up and doing what they doing, what need to be doing? Clarissa Shields doing the same thing. It was so easy. Why she the only woman moving up and down and doing it? You feel me? Why? You can say what you want to say about Canelo. At least he daring, even though he got a lot of restrictions and asterisks by his name. At least he he moving up and moving down and trying to make shit happen. We got people at the welterweight division that's waiting around, for something to happen. So we'll see what happens. But I appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business question, inquiry, response, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. Best way to donate is share the video. Check our Boxing Room and playlist for more like this. So I'm gonna keep an update. I heard that I should hear something for sure, pretty soon, guys. So once I hear for sure what's going to happen with Ugas, I know he's weighing his decisions right now to duck Crawford or not to duck Crawford. We will see what happens, and I think Kell Brook has already mailed it in, but I'm not sure on that as well. But yeah, punk boxing chumps. They are exactly what it says, the acronym, punk boxing chumps. They want to duck, they want to hide, they want the easy route. They say they want the easy route. Like Earl Spence, I want the easy route. With Sean Porter, I want to get the easy belt and then go life and death and get drunk and crash your car. Can't write this shit one time for the one time. We go.